this nerd again? Nimoy. Bathroom confrontations. Lord of the Rings.
My name is Fat Mike, I'm an old punk rocker who's more well known for being a shit talker, a troublemaker and iconoclast. I thought I'd do more damage with my own podcast.
Barf-O-Rama. ESP. Baby Fat Mike. Sabotage. Episode 31. William Shatner is out of his mind.
Did you know that you can actually see this podcast? Stream the video now at nocapshows.com and watch it commercial-free with bonus episodes, backstage footage, exclusive vinyl, and have Fat Mike and Sam listen to your band and tell you if you suck. Go to nocapshows.com right now and quit listening, start watching.
Okay, so Star Trek.
Yeah. What do you want to know about Star Trek?
You know Nimoy?
I met Nimoy a handful of times.
He thought he had you.
Shatner?
No. Okay, so you know Nimoy, huh?
I wouldn't say that I know him. I met him a few times. He was extremely kind.
Yeah.
And I, I really kept it together. I was real worried that I was going to fall apart and just be like, oh my God, you're Mr. Spock and In Search Of, and I was just going to lose.
You're a fan of In Search Of?
The biggest fan of In Search Of.
I lost my shit when I met the Go-Go's.
Oh my God.
It was the worst night
How
ever.
could you
Jane Wheaton.
Jane Wheaton!
Jane Wheaton was on a show that I was on. She came
she's
on.
the best,
She
yeah.
came. She like I was doing a live show down in Hollywood forever ago, and Jane Wheaton came on and was a guest on the show, right? And like she played a song, and it was fucking great, and it was amazing, and I was. You're Jane Wheaton. I can't believe you. I can't even believe this exists. Years go by, like 2 decades go by. Jane Wheaton leaves a comment on my Instagram and is like, "Remember when we did that show together?"
Yes.
Oh my God.
I was like, "Wait, what? Number one, you know I exist. Number two, you remember when we did this show together?" And then Jane Wheaton is like, "If you ever do your show tabletop again, I want to come play games with you." And I was just like, I'm not cool enough for any of this. Like, I can't do it.
Yeah, she's pretty cool.
She's awesome.
Yeah, I'll show you the
Yeah.
picture of her tied up on my bed in latex. No big deal.
Really?
I mean, that feels like a
With-
big deal.
with Leonard
It feels
Nimoy.
like a big deal.
With Leonard Nimoy.
With
Leonard Nimoy.
No, I was invited to her house once,
Yeah.
and it was an SM party.
Awesome.
I'd never been to one before.
Yeah.
It was a long time ago.
Yeah.
And
Was it
a
your
long
first
time
one?
ago. It
Really?
was my
Your first one? No shit.
Yeah, me and my ex, and we walk in. She's like, "Oh, Fat Mike, nice to meet you." And just, spoonful of right in the door.
Yeah.
Welcome to my party. Oh,
Wow.
fucking, the Go-Go's. They're the real thing.
Well, I was like so excited to meet him, y'all, and I was like, yeah, so excited, and I was that terrible fan. And I cried.
Oh, that's great.
I was like, let's do a selfie, and Charlotte was like,
A selfie?
No, a selfie.
Oh, selfie. She
said, and she said,
take a picture.
And Charlotte was like, no.
Oh, man. Charlotte's the coolest go-go, so if she's like, no way.
Okay, so
So then
I fucked
I
up.
was there.
I
yeah,
fucked
Myra,
up.
go.
So Charlotte said no, and Kathy and Jane were standing right by her, and I was just kind of like,
Myra was like, why did you say
I
that?
said, God damn it, Stacey.
I
And
took Myra
We
with
were
me.
guests of Clem Burke, okay?
A
So
blondie.
Clem Burke invited
Clem
us to
Burke?
go to this show, and I was like, fuck yeah, Clem Burke, get out. He was
Who's awesome.
He was drumming and,
Deborah Harry's
filling in
husband.
for Gina. Gina was out, so he's filling. I'm like, oh my God, we'd love to go to that show. He goes, come, I'll put you on my guest list. We're like, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
And so we go, and then
They put us
Stacey
in
gets
this
a lot
really
of
nice.
tipsy.
Well, I was excited.
Oh,
Yeah.
no way. That's
Stacey.
So we see them in the hallway
Mike was
walking. I'm
mad.
like,
Don't be
"Hi,
mad. I was
ladies."
overly
I'm trying to
excited.
hear
I met
Myra.
my heroes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then, as soon as Charlotte said no, Jane and Kathy were like, yeah, that's a no. And we're like, that's a hard. That's a hard.
So I got really quiet. I got really quiet.
Belinda was running around somewhere. I saw her run on the stage. I'm like, hi, Belinda. And we're trying not to fan out, but damn, we were like, fuck, dude, we're this close, Stacey. God damn it.
I blew it. It's
So
fine.
No, you
That's
didn't blow it. That's
fine.
fine.
But she was mad.
What are
She
you
was
gonna
so
do?
mad.
Well, I got my feelings hurt, and so I was like, "I'll never be like that to other people." You know me.
You know what? I'm gonna have Jane. I'm gonna have Jane on the show, and you guys can come back, and we'll take secret photos.
But for real, seriously,
So good.
what you just said about I'm never gonna I'm never gonna be that person. I'm never gonna make another person feel that way. Like I've been you making that choice also, having received something really disappointing and hurtful and painful, and like. I have to remind myself, like, I'm not famous anymore, but I was. There was a time in my life where I was. And I had to constantly be reminding myself that, like, this is the 60th time today I've done this, but it's the only time this person's ever doing it.
Right.
And, like, it feels so bad when you see somebody you love and they're just like, how about you go fuck yourself? And you're just like,
and you would never have that context. You would never have that context unless you had to deal with it, like on tour, or how you dealt with it, or anything like that. And you have to think, because for us, it's like that Saturday night is no different than the Monday night that you've been going, and they want to fucking come for it or whatever. But for them, they've been saving up for 2 weeks. They got a sitter.
Yeah.
And they just,
You gotta be cool.
But that's the
gotta do
Go-Go's,
it.
and they're
It's
punk as fuck, and I should have known better, and I should have fucking, and I was trying to be respectful, and I just wanted to be their friend immediately, and they're like, stop.
That definitely happened with Sweeter Kenny too.
That's not even someone being
They don't
a dick. That's
party
you being a
anymore. They
kook.
literally had their
I was a
luggage
kook.
and
You're
was
a
like,
kook.
Oh, dude, I
leaving,
lost
and we're
my
like, they're not partying, Stacey, and we're back here trying to act like, you know, we're partying in Clem's.
What's the
backstage
most
room.
uncomfortable?
I wasn't trying to party. I was just
most
having a
uncomfortable
good time.
approach.
I was nervous.
Some fan has like come up on you, like where you had to be a dick.
I have boundaries that I absolutely will not waver on, and one of them is
French kissing.
Well, no, I mean that's always open for.
always open for discussion.
One of them is, yo, if I'm in a restaurant, if I'm eating, off limits.
Yeah.
This is me time.
Yeah.
If I'm in an airport, off limits, because I'm trapped. I have no choice. I have to be there.
Yeah.
It's not okay to take these places. I have to be and turn me into your performing thing
because you
in
need
that
something
moment.
to do. Yeah.
I need space
That's
to
fair.
move through, and I've just always said. I've always said, I am sorry. One of my rules is I don't do this, and this is why.
During this scenario.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So I was at an airport once, and a guy came up and was like, sign all of these things. And I said, I'm not going to do that. And he got really mad at me, and he got really kind of like entitled. And
he's just working.
And he started to do that, you know, you're nothing without your fans thing. And
You're not my fan. You're a peddler.
Yeah, and I was like,
right.
you know what? I absolutely know that, and I also know that you're not one of them, and I'm not here for you.
Attaboy.
So, and I walked away, and the motherfucker followed me into the bathroom.
Oh.
And that was when, and that was when, like,
when something happened.
I was like, all right, well, I guess this is happening now.
This is called a swirly.
And I stopped being like.
He's like,
I try to treat everything like a teachable moment, and I try real hard to see the best in people, and I try to always presume you're not making me feel uncomfortable because you're a dick. You're making me feel uncomfortable because you just don't know any better, or you're a little awkward, or like, I'm so anxious about everything all the time. It might be a little bit me, you know? And so generally, I approach things like, dude, be cool, right? Yeah. And in this time, I was like, motherfucker, I'm going to tear your fucking throat out. How fucking dare you? And I lost my fucking mind.
Wow.
And I just raged at this dude, and I was like, and I walked out of the bathroom, and apparently people outside of the bathroom had heard it. So I came out, and there's just all these people, right? Just like, it's just like,
TMZ.
you know that scene in A Christmas Story when Ralphie's beating up the bully and he's swearing, and they cut through all the kids, and they're just like,
Yellow.
so it was like that, right? And I came out, and my wife was with me, and she was like, the fuck just happened? And I was like, I lost my temper. Let's go.
We need to go.
And the
You
thing
should hang
is,
out
like,
with Sam King sometimes.
the thing is, like, afterward, I felt bad. I was like, you know, I don't want to be that person. But the dude just like.
But if they're a habitual line
You know,
starter,
the truth is, they had just gotten off stage. They had out of makeup, out of stage clothes, and here I am asking for a picture. I mean, it's like, come on.
Not great timing.
Oh, after the show.
Not great timing.
Yeah.
Stacy.
I know.
But I mean-
I never thought I'd meet them again.
When you're nervous, though, you don't have like situational awareness.
Right.
You're just like sitting there, like looking for the opportunity to get to like, hey, I love you so much.
Yeah, I blew it. It's fine.
See, I met Belinda. I didn't meet her, but I was in an elevator when I was 16.
Yeah.
Elevator, can't get away from me.
Nope. There you are.
And I'm like, aren't you in the Germs?
That's so great.
And she was like,
best thing
not
ever.
anymore.
Wow.
That's
Holy
great.
shit.
So that was good. And I talked to Pat Samir from
Yeah.
Foo Fighters right after he got the inducted to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And I
Yeah.
go, must be nice to be the second Germs member inducted. And he's like, Belinda.
Oh my God, that's
I have
funny.
I have like the Germs T-shirt with the circle on it, you know, and I love it, and it is.
You see one of these circles?
It's
You got it. He punches me. It doesn't even matter if you look.
God, I walked right the fuck into that. It's like I'm the big brother, so like I'm not. I let my guard down. So I have that shirt, and every now and then, and it's weird. Like when you meet somebody who's into the Germs, there's nobody who's like casually into the Germs.
No.
You know what I mean?
You're a Germophile.
It's like you know everything about the Germs. Like, yes, I have watched Ergen Music War 91,000 times. You know, like I've seen those little clips over and over and over and over again. And when I run into somebody who's just like, oh my God, the Germs, I just feel like.
It's our secret. It's our
we're
little
like
secret.
A
It's our punk
little
rock
club,
secret.
and it's totally cool. And like, I could probably talk to you about the mask, and you'd know what that is. You know,
Right,
like
right.
that stuff like that is really great. Like I love.
We got a door from the
I love
mask
that.
for the Punk Rock Museum.
No way.
Yeah.
I'm too young for the mask. I never went there. I never got to go. I've only heard about it. I've seen the pictures, and I've like been down there, but like it was gone long before.
Was that
I
a
was
big
old enough.
Hollywood punk club, The Mask?
Like a legendary kind of.
It's a
super
rehearsal
dive.
studio.
Oh, it was really?
Yeah.
Near the Cathay, near Gower. And it was just in an alley. It was just a rehearsal space, but that's where all the shows were.
That's so
It was
sweet.
where people went. It was like the Go-Go's started there, X started there, Germs started there.
Dickie is
the-
Alley
the
Cat.
Dick-
everybody.
yeah, like
Alley
and-
Cats.
and-
Okay, Randy.
Agent Orange, and like all the OC bands, like everybody as they're. I'm too young, but as it's told, everybody basically started there.
And Jack Grisham shut it down.
Why?
Because he threw a bottle at a cop car, and that's what started the whole thing.
Shit.
John Doe put together a book called Under the Big Black Sun, and it's like that history of LA punk.
Yeah,
That's
I
great.
have it. It's
Okay.
in my bathroom.
Okay.
I'm
I listened
poised
to
to
that
read
book.
it.
The
Maybe
audio
I'll listen
book,
to it. Yeah.
do.
Okay, all
Because
right.
it's amazing
All
because
right, all
everyone
right.
who wrote for it,
Everybody's in it. Yeah. I
they
know.
read it.
Okay.
So you get to hear
everybody's
You get
voices.
to hear the Go-Go's talk about playing the mask. You get to hear Jane
And licking
tell-
toilet seats.
I know. And these stories of Jane tells these stories of them.
Those
having-
girls are wild. I want to be their friend.
And they have pictures in
Tough
the
shit.
book.
I know.
There's pictures in the book. They go to England on tour. Like it's the very beginning.
It's with the specials, right?
It's like
Yeah.
the very first tour.
Yeah.
And they get to England and they're all jet lagged. And I guess they're like just crazy about Blow.
Yeah.
So they have like an action figure or like something that they take with them everywhere. And they take pictures with this thing. And it's like their flat Stanley.
Yeah.
So there's a picture in this book of all the Go-Go's. And they're like, what, 24 or
Maybe,
something,
yeah,
you know? And there's just like all this cocaine and their thing, and it's a picture of them all like, we're in England. and
That's why I love them so much. They're
And
just
I'm
as
like,
wild
wow.
as fucking anybody. And it's like Bad Cop. We are a super fun band. As much as we are, we have statements and the things that we stand for. You know,
Yeah.
but at the core of us is like we like to have a good time. You know,
Yeah.
it's like we're not doing Blow anymore, are we, Myra?
No.
But
Not anymore.
there was a
Myra.
time.
No.
There was a good time. But
Fentanyl, dude. Fuck, that's scary shit.
Oh, you just
Oh,
do
yeah.
fentanyl now?
Yeah,
No,
she used
I
to.
don't.
I hear they're putting cocaine in fentanyl, so look out.
That's why
I better
like
look out.
That.
Damn, I need to start doing fentanyl.
I dodged
Why?
all of that. I was like, I wasn't cool enough to be around people who had access to like drugs.
Corey Feldman?
I was gonna ask you, what's up with Corey, man?
Dude, can we talk about his band? Let's just get down to this.
Oh my god!
I mean, yeah. So I was.
Makes him happy.
Yeah. Let me.
makes him happy.
So just to finish my thought, I was like never really around that, and I really feel like I dodged a bullet because I was so unhappy and I was suffering so much that I absolutely would have killed myself with an overdose for sure. I ended up being like a giant board game nerd instead. Like that's kind of where I went. I went in that direction.
Risk.
So like yeah.
Risk,
Well,
Monopoly.
like Risk and Monopoly were considered like too mundane for us.
D&D.
We were like D&D and
well, of course D&D, but that's not a board game.
But like
Sorry.
board. But it was games
Magic
like,
the
it was
Gathering.
games like
fucking boring.
it was diplomacy and Axis and Allies and all that crazy big shit and all that ridiculous stuff. Anyway, when I got like a little bit older and I had the opportunity to go to places where Corey was, where River was, where all of those cool kids were. I just felt like I don't fit in here. Like we don't speak the same language. We don't like the same things. I was like just not in that environment at all. And a lot of that is primarily because like I love Corey and my heart breaks for all the pain that he is in. We are both survivors of abuse. As awful as my parents are, his were so much worse. I feel just how much pain there is in him and sadness and how much he has suffered and how much he's been traumatized. And all of that said, he was such a pain in the ass when we did Stand By Me.
Really?
Because he was just like, he was a kid who was in a lot of pain. And like, I was a pain in the ass when I did Star Trek. And I was actually thinking about this last night. I was thinking about the times that I like didn't really show up because I was a teenager and I was hurting and I didn't know how to express myself. And Corey was kind of doing the same thing. During production, I asked Rob Reiner, you could have cast anybody in the world to be in this movie. So like, why did you cast him? He's such a pain in the ass. And Rob said he was the only person I saw who had the anger that Teddy needs.
Right, Teddy needed
to be
it.
believable.
Totally.
And I was like, oh, that makes sense to
Wow.
me. So we finished the movie, we came home, and like, Stand By Me was the biggest thing in the world, and all of us were instantly, like massively famous right away. And the people that were like kind of interested in let's go do, come to these parties and all that stuff, they felt predatory and weird to me. I didn't like them. And Corey was like, yeah, let's go. And one of the big reasons that I stayed out of that entire scene was like, if he likes this, if he thinks this is great, I think it's not.
Fucking smart man,
Like
right
it's
there.
just
Really
like
smart,
it's like there's something about this that I don't like. It doesn't feel safe.
Yeah.
It feels.
You
kind
saw
of
him
gross.
on Monday morning when he came to set, and you're like, he doesn't look happy. That party wasn't tight.
And it would have been
like-
terrible if you went down that road too.
It would have been
Between River
like,
and him, and yeah, it would have been bad.
Yeah.
I'm really really grateful that I didn't do that. Years ago, like at this point, it would have been like 15 years ago, maybe a little longer. Corey and Rob and I sat together in a studio and we watched Stand By Me and we did a running commentary on it and we did the whole thing. When it was over, we walked out into the parking lot and I talked to Corey a little bit and he was like, hey, come listen to this record that I'm putting together. And I was like, okay.
Shit.
So I went and sat in his car and listened to him and the music's amazing. It's like this like very late stage Pink Floyd kind of like giant orchestral, like really beautiful arrangement. And Corey just doesn't have a great voice. And there's this like amazing music and then Corey and I was like, I love that you did this, buddy. Like, way to go, like
Right.
fucking good
That's
for
what
you.
you
Good,
have to do.
good for you,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah,
And
yeah.
like, it was clear that it like made him really happy. And I was just thrilled to see happiness in Corey because I'd never really seen that. Our lives are so different and our values and all that are so different and divergent. I'm still pretty close with Jerry. I love that we have a Star Trek connection now. Because we talk about that. That's really, really fun. And I think that if River were alive, we would probably have stayed close. We drifted apart when he was all about really hard drugs and I was just like, this isn't for me. I don't like this. I don't like he was
He got stabbed at a bar, I think, breaking up a fight.
I think he did.
No, that was a character.
Was it? Oh no, you're talking about no. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, no, but I mean, River more than once. River was in places.
Yeah.
Where
Put him on the board.
Right.
bad shit was going on, and like he
No,
was
he
trying
died
to,
young.
like get out of it.
From
you know?
from an overdose. I was young.
Yeah, because
Cocaine or heroin?
you
Both.
too.
It was both.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Well, that's how you do it.
How was he? 16, 17?
He was
20?
23 when he
23.
died. And that's weird to me as I'm turning 50, as I look back and I remember him being 23 and I remember me being 23 and I had another friend who committed suicide at 23. And I think about how young we are then and just like we feel like we've run out of time. And like the time, like no one's even turned over the hourglass on our lives yet when we're 23.
No, you just
You're a
think
baby.
like
But
we're
you
just,
think
like,
you're
just
old as
getting
fuck.
Yeah.
And you feel like
You
it's
can't
all
do it.
over.
Yeah.
You think
And
life's
you're
short.
unbreakable.
This shit is long.
Yeah, and that's
Especially if you all had childhood careers, you could imagine by 23 that you're like,
Burnout.
this is
over the hill.
right.
Career's over.
but
But his career was not over. He was fucking killing it.
He was 100% on his way to being a
Brad Pitt.
Pitt, a Tom Hanks, a
Leonardo
what's his name?
DiCaprio.
Adam Driver. Like he was on his way.
Paul
I don't
Newman.
know. He's very good. I don't know if he would have been Leo DiCaprio.
You don't think so?
I mean,
he was a fantastic
I don't know, man.
actor.
Like he was, but
Leo.
He didn't make enough
was one of
movies.
the
He didn't make
best.
enough movies
he's
to
one of those
know.
fucking generational talents.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
like
Well,
just
that-
like
yeah.
I mean, you can be an amazing hockey player, and even the greatest player today is not Wayne Gretzky.
Right,
You know,
right, no,
like
yeah.
it's just different eras and all of that stuff. So like, I'm really happy and really grateful that I just managed to dodge all of it.
All of
I
it.
just
You played it
dodged-
smart.
I just dodged all of it.
Have
I
a
got
healthy.
Probably a hell of a poker player.
I'm a reasonably good player. I played in the World Series a couple of times.
No
did?
shit.
Oh, we should play.
It's
Oh,
terrifying.
I bet.
So scary.
I bet.
It's so scary. There's so many people in that fucking tournament. It's
Oh
so
my God.
bananas.
That's
And they all
wild.
have like deadpan faces.
Oh
You're like,
my God,
I
yeah.
can't even tell if you're
Glasses
going to
on,
kill me or
headphones
what.
It does look a lot of fun. The main event. No,
It's-
it's too long.
Yeah, but just like regular, like playing, like at the local casinos and stuff, little 4-table tournaments and stuff.
go down to
That's a
Commerce?
really good time. I
Commerce.
used to.
Yeah.
I haven't since the pandemic. I have really
Right.
avoided indoor stuff as much as I can, and just kind of like stuff like that really lost its fun for me.
Well, yeah, poker.
Because like, how can I sit
Just
there and
breathing,
enjoy
everybody
it?
else is
My
there.
friend's family owns that place, the Commerce
The Commerce Casino? No
Yeah.
kidding.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
I did a shootout there, a 300-person shootout, and got taken out at 6th place. But I fucking shootouts are tough.
Yeah.
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 It's a shootout.
You got to beat. You have to
win your
table. So you have to beat 900 people, and then
So
move
you
on.
Win, so you win like 9. How many people were in it? 300.
Yeah.
So you have to win 10 individual table games, and by the time you get to the last table, everybody else there has won all their games.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
I never done in a real tournament.
Yeah.
Because you have to do heads up.
Yeah.
So I played heads up for 3 hours with this guy.
Oh my
Wow.
God.
Wow.
That is a
Whoever gets the most
long
shit.
time to play heads
Yeah,
up.
well, it's just it went on
Yeah.
forever.
Yeah.
We weren't the
Yeah.
last people either.
Yeah.
Because there's 30 tables.
Yeah. That
That's
was
actually
fun. I
phenomenal.
missed that. I missed the
Like
I
poker.
really missed that the poker explosion of the early aughts was really
Guessing.
really fun. Really fun. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah,
It was a good
I
time.
played a celebrity tournament once,
Me too.
and it was when I stood up, and Fat Mike from NoFX, everyone's like, "Who? the fuck is that?"
I feel you, buddy. I feel you.
Well, now they know.
Yeah.
It was Jennifer Tilly and
Oh,
Yeah.
and
Well, she was very big
the dude
in
from
it.
Yeah.
Alice in Chains, Jerry Cantrell.
Jerry.
I sat
Wow.
I sat to the right of Aaron Paul and stole his blinds the entire tournament.
Oh, you're a blind stealer.
Only if the
Blind stealing the blinds.
Only if the big blind when I'm on the button like feels like somebody that's going to fold a lot. And Aaron Paul felt like somebody who was going to fold a lot on that day. I don't know if he is, but in
Right.
that moment, I was like,
But you
okay, this is
owned
what I
him.
gotta do.
Picked it right
I
up.
mean, yes, I owned him in a poker tournament that nobody remembers. He was on Breaking Bad. So, like, Aaron Paul, if we're doing sort of like keeping score, he is 100% in the
Well,
lead.
if we're keeping score, Stand By Me was way better than El Camino.
Oh no shit! El Camino.
I mean, let's hear from the man over here.
My friend Sean is Samwise Gamgee in the Lord of the Rings movies, right? So
yeah.
like a very big deal. He's on Stranger Things.
Oh,
He's like,
yeah.
I've known him since we were kids, and like I know that he is ridiculously famous to to Zoomers and all that stuff. And I was talking to him of like just how bummed I was that he got to do Lord of the Rings. And he was like, fuck you. You got to do Stand By Me. I don't want to ever hear you complain about anything ever in your life.
You can't fall asleep during Stand By Me. Lord of the Rings? Pretty easy. Every time. I know.
The best hangover
Every
movie
time.
besides like Shawshank Redemption.
Yeah.
You know, it's like
No, there's another great movie.
That's
Lord of the Rings is a sleeper.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a great hangover movie. Like, 'cause you pass out, you can wake up, and you're like, oh yeah. these
Lynn
movies are
watches
so
it all
good.
the
Get
time
on the
and falls
fucking
asleep
creatures
to
with the
it.
wings
do.
and drop the fucking ring in the volcano.
Yeah.
Idiots.
And wasn't he not supposed to drop the ring?
We're on the plane.
Their feet are
What are you
too big.
watching? Lord of the Rings.
Feet are too big. They have to walk through all that fucking shit barefoot and hairy and shit.
Yeah.
Gotta walk through. Their feet are big. They're not proportionate. Take it from somebody that is vertically challenged to begin with. It is not easy.
Are you disproportionate?
Yeah, I am. The long torso, short legs thing fucks everybody up.
I
It's
never
weird.
noticed that.
My wife has a long
Billy
torso
Joe
and
has that
short
too.
legs.
This baby linebacker physique is for life. You know? Like,
She is like you could see
Baby
it, we're,
gymnast.
we're the same height sitting up here, but
Yeah.
then when we stand up, it's
but when I stand, I'm not any taller.
yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
the
When
way
my
it
wife
is.
and I stand next to each other, we're the same height. When we sit down, she's taller than me.
Yeah.
Every time.
Damn, I've never even
Well,
paid
how-
attention to that kind of shit.
How awkward it must be.
I mean, you know, it could be. But I travel with a phone book. Just in case. And no one ever knows.
Wow, they
You
still
know,
make
you
those.
gotta
Huh?
be
You must have an
prepared.
old one because they don't
It's
really
a
make them
very
anymore.
old, very old phone book. A phone book showed
Yellow
up on my
pages,
porch.
blue
Like a Yellow Pages showed up on my
Back
porch.
pages.
It's like that thick. And I was like,
What do you
come
want me to
on,
do?
what's
Come
this?
on.
I'm like looking around to see like who's fucking with me. Like, why is there, what is this?
My mom
Just
has
me
a
hiding
phone
in the
book
bushes going, you need
right on her
this.
table. She
need
fucking
this.
loves it. She
She
still
still uses it.
She's got a desktop on her kitchen table like this, and then her fucking phone.
Phone book.
I was like, yo,
That's great.
Google's right there, babe. Like, just figure it the fuck out.
But I miss flipping through the pages.
I love
Just-
you, mom. Good,
Yeah,
good,
Kim
good,
King,
good
God
job
damn it,
today.
King! I love you, Kim
Good
King.
job today, mom. You
Ever
made
since
it.
the jerk, you know, you
But-
jerk.
That thing
Remember
when he's like,
Thomas
the new
guy?
phone book.
I know. No one gets that joke anymore.
I know.
jerk, that's jerk Steve Martin. Where he gets
There's a-
shot at the gas station.
Yeah, because of cans.
Yeah.
He hates
They
these
hates the cans.
Because of them damn cans.
There's a
All comes back.
It all comes back.
There's a meme going around right now. It's a picture of Sally Jesse Raphael. She's
Yeah.
got on her
Oh, yeah,
iconic
with-
red sunglasses,
and then the
right?
purple.
And then there's another one where someone has photoshopped the sunglasses to make them purple.
Purple.
And the thing is, a lot of people are unaware of Sally Jesse Raphael's lesser known twin, Sally Jesse Donatello.
Damn, that's a nerd
And
shit
then,
right there.
right? Exactly. Okay. So this is presented with
I get it though.
the hyper specific part of the Venn diagram you live in to
Yeah.
get all the layers
yeah.
of this. So I posted it on my Tumblr, which largely has a younger audience, and younger people were like, I don't know why you're acting like this is a difficult joke to get. I know who the Ninja Turtles are. And I'm like, listen, you zygote. You are completely missing the important part of this joke, which is that she only wore red glasses.
Right.
That's like, don't tell me that I'm stupid
know?
because you think you're so clever because you got this joke, Mr. I've never lived in smog. Like, you don't know what you're talking about.
Hi, Fat Mike here on Fat Mike's Fat Mike. What am I doing here? Well, we haven't managed to get any sponsors yet. And a lot of people don't want to advertise on Fat Mike's Fat Mike. Maybe because me and Sam are controversial. So I decided to do my own commercials. Hey, if you're looking for a mini dumpster, a Home Street Home dumpster that's hand painted, look at this. Look at that little thing. And you open it up. Wait, don't. It comes with 57 inches. Look at this. Of songs from the musical. Look at that. Lady with a gun. And, that guy's Nico. He's a real creep. Anyway, 104 songs on 57 inches. And, they're, gold vinyl. And some are colored. Some are silver, too. If you want to see what they look like, see on the back, if you put them all together, it makes a big mural. Watch this video. That's me on the pool table. Okay. See, all that. And you can, if you want, you could just order a dumpster, for trash. I wouldn't put it outside because the garbage man might just take the whole thing. But, yeah, get one of these. So go to homestreethomemusic.com and order your dumpster or your 7 inches, or just look at it. It's pretty cool. There it is. My first commercial. Or my second. I don't know.
Yeah, there is layers to that joke because it just took me about till right there to get it. I was like, oh, Raphael.
Right.
I thought it was just fun. Okay.
Jesse Raphael. Oh my God.
Touche,
Oh my
Will.
God.
Touche.
Touche.
Well, I just like it. I like it when I come across a reference that I feel like I'm one of like 30 people in the world who gets this, and then I run into one of those 29 other people, and it just feels so good.
Yeah. Do you
It's
know
just
about
so
the
exciting.
meme that's been going around for Stand By Me? They refer it to Descendants.
No.
Come on, you guys haven't fucking
Stand by
I
Me,
haven't
Stand
seen
by Me
this.
and the Descendants?
Yes,
I love Descendants.
look it
Oh,
up. It's there. I think
Mike's pulling
Salad
up right
Days
here.
have posted it. All these freaking guys have posted it, and I just laugh. And this is just hilarious because I was like, "Oh my God, you have to find. You don't know about this."
I'm looking it up right now.
Spend a lot of time on
I
this
do
social
look a
media.
lot of
Stand By Me.
memes, and I've saved some. But
Stand
they're-
by meme. He's on fire.
Stand
right
by
now.
meme.
Stand by me.
Lynn, you got to tell your story about what you used to
Oh
call
yeah,
that movie.
I thought Stand By Me was called Walk by My Side till I was 25. I'm not kidding. I was like, that great movie where they're walking on the.
Why did they change it? Did they change? Because they did that with.
No, I just got corrected way late
they
in
did that
life.
with
Yeah, she
Leaving
used to
the
say
Cube
that, and I'd be
Yeah.
like,
Christian
"What?"
Yeah,
Slater.
Walk
Yeah.
by My
What's it
Side.
on TV? And it was called The Brothers Justice.
What?
It wasn't
You
called
gotta go to
Gleam in
the
Cube.
Salad
And I was
guys.
pissed. I was like, "Yo, this
on.
is Gleam in the Cube."
Why did they change
Salad
I
it?
don't know,
Days.
but it's they called it a Brothers Justice when they put it on network TV.
I
That
can't
doesn't
find
make
it.
any sense.
Wait.
I will find
Oh,
it.
I guess
Descendants sang Stand By Me? Is that what this is?
No, Pennywise sang it.
Pennywise.
I know that
No, no,
Pennywise
no.
sang it.
There's a meme of you guys
Yeah.
in Stand By Me in the movie,
Yeah.
and they put Descendants on it.
I haven't seen
Oh.
this at all.
Oh, like these are the
Because,
Descendants.
Yeah.
the Descendants.
So they compare you guys.
Look, it's exact. There's Bill Stevenson.
See?
Yeah, it is
That's
Bill.
Milo.
That's
You guys have not seen this?
No.
Oh my God, dude. I thought you were aware of this.
I haven't seen this.
I did see that.
It is the best
Gonna
thing
tell my
ever.
kids these
And
are
I'm
the
like,
Descendants.
Oh my God. So Milo is, hey, come on.
I changed it.
Wait, which one of us is Milo? Is it me? Please.
No,
let it
no,
be
no,
me.
no, no. It's
It's Teddy LaChance.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, it's Teddy. It's Teddy. What's Teddy's
Oh, it's
last
Teddy's got
Duchamp.
glasses.
Duchamp. That's right. You
Duchamp.
were
I'm LaChance.
LaChance. Sorry,
Where'd
sorry.
it
Gordy
go?
LaChance.
Gordy LaChance. Teddy LaChamp.
Walk by My Side.
LaChamp.
Remake.
Well, this
So
is taking too
we
long.
have this joke about how the song "Stand by Me" just follows me around everywhere I go. Like it shows up. We're in the grocery store, it shows up. We're in a restaurant, it shows up. So we're like going somewhere, and I was driving, so we were playing one of my playlists, which is all like just random punk stuff, and that song from Pennywise comes on, and I was like, God, fuck, because I love Pennywise. And like, okay, it's kind of cool that
Yeah.
Pennywise did it, but God, that song is everywhere.
I always stand. I go on stage and stand next to Jim.
Yeah.
When they play that song,
He just-
and he
That's
like pushes me
amazing.
away. I'm like, I'm standing.
I'm doing what you're asking.
Yeah. And you keep
Do you know
saying the
Family
same
Guy
fucking
did
thing.
it too?
And I'm here.
Family Guy did it too with Stand By Me.
I saw when Family Guy did it, and that was really cool. It's
it's wild.
It's really neat and really special, and like an unbelievable just fucking gift to have been part of something when I was so young that is so relevant to pop culture that it just
Yeah, the
like
lexicon of
shows
our
up like
society.
that all the time.
It's
It's
awesome.
Yeah.
it's fun when it happens.
Do you say Barfarama when you see someone puking? Do you say that?
Or
I don't
Boom
think
Baba,
I
Boom
don't
Baba.
I don't know if I have, but I know that I've made Barfarama jokes before.
I mean, there's so much in that movie that's just will never leave us.
I have been known
Right.
to say if we like when traffic's really bad, if this traffic doesn't get better by the time we get there, the kid won't even be dead anymore. I have been known to say that.
That's good.
Fuck, that's solid.
That's a good one.
I've been known.
And when you see a dead body, you probably have a bunch of jokes
Every
too.
time I see a dead body,
Right,
I'm like,
right.
here we go. who am I gonna cry on? Let's just get it over with so we can move on. Here we go. And then Kiefer Sutherland shows up, and I'm like, somebody give me the gun. It's just here it goes.
Oh my God.
You got a lifetime of jokes and humor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that a real swamp?
It wasn't. This is a great story. So they dug a hole. They dug a hole in the forest in Oregon, lined it with plastic, filled it with water, walked away from it, and it sat there, and got gross and like stagnant. And they had to actually clean it all out before we went in it.
Get the larva out.
Get the larva out
Before
and
you
all
actually
that
have
shit.
larva
Right.
in your pee hole?
So we're going to do that.
Leeches.
We're going to do that bit, and it is basically just cold, dirty water. It's not a big deal. But I was like, I'm freaked out about it. It's cold. I don't want to.
You'd be the guy to freak out.
100%, right? And I didn't. So and all of us were like that, like, right? Jerry tells this story about. He's like, so I'm like 11, and River and Corey are 15. Will's 13, and I'm like, what is up with these fucking Hollywood pussies? They won't go in the water. They're like afraid of it. I go swimming in the Hudson River, and it's like not a big deal. What is with these babies? So funny because Jerry never has that kind of energy. Like Jerry's whole vibe is like, what's up? Everything's cool. Like, life's amazing.
Wholesome.
Yeah, right. And he was like,
Let him down on that one. You let him down.
He was just like, I didn't know what was wrong with you guys. I just thought you were the biggest fucking pussies.
That's funny.
I wouldn't want to go in there. No.
I was not happy about it. I didn't
They
enjoy
made it.
it.
It was just like a pool. Like
I don't
next
care.
to some trees.
It's dark. It was dark. It was murky.
I also we didn't know. We didn't know that it was man-made.
Get in it.
Like we just thought, like nobody communicated to us.
And if you've seen The African Queen and you've seen Bogart,
Sure.
I mean, because how many people have you seen with leeches? Bogart, you.
Yeah.
Recently, there was another one.
Stop. What is it? Fuck you.
What? I'm just listening.
You have no idea what he's saying right now.
No.
Bogart and leeches.
The African Queen.
I've seen.
He was the original actor to get leeches all over him.
It's a boat movie.
Well,
Am I the youngest?
Katharine Hepburn.
Yeah.
I mean, you can go to one building in Philadelphia. It is the Leech Actor Museum. And one side of it is Humphrey Bogart and the African Queen, and the other side is me. From Stand By Me.
Oh my God.
It's amazing.
But I just saw leeches on another actor
Done.
Yeah.
this week. It was very recent.
Fuck a cheesesteak.
This particular museum has a little bit of a cutoff.
Yeah, it's too.
So we're just sort of like,
Man, I lived in Philly for like
just
10
us.
years. How did I not know about this?
You haven't heard of that museum?
Jesus
Wow.
Christ.
Yeah, it's only opened.
Leech.
It's only opened recently.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Well, I did move
We gotta
away
go there
10 years
next time we're
ago,
out
so.
there.
And on Tuesday
We gotta
nights.
So thank you for coming. Before I have to bring everything full circle.
Yeah, let's do it.
So
Before we do this, I want to super nerd at you for just a second.
yeah.
I want you to know how
No
much,
selfies.
I know. I just,
Not we're podcasting, bro.
At least I said it out loud. You guys have no idea. For like 3 days after that, I was like calling friends to like check in. Like, am I okay?
That's
it was
rough.
really tough.
That's rough.
So nerd,
I called my mom. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, okay.
Whoa.
You know Sue. Sue was like,
so
Stacey.
so nerd, the nerd. Yeah, do it.
I want you to know that when in 2000, when I started my blog, somebody from Fat Wreck recognized that I liked a lot of the acts you put out, and just sent me a box of promo CDs, everything, just tons of fucking great promo stuff, and it became the soundtrack of my kids' childhood.
Oh, that's so cool.
great.
So my kids grew up with like all your shit, grew up listening to me first, and then hearing the originals from their mom. Right,
That's
and
cool.
Like, not knowing that Rocket Man's an Elton John song, right?
I love
so
that.
like
We bridge the generation gap. Gimme's.
100%. I remain a massive fan. Like there is
thank you.
never a time that anything from any of that comes on, and I never change the station. I want you to know, just because I never get to say this to people who make art that really matters to me. The art you've put into the world has really mattered to me.
Oh, thanks
And
so
I'm
much.
just, thank you.
Damn, I'm gonna cry.
Thank
on
you
that.
for just thank you for all of it. Thank you for no effects. Thank you for publishing Nerf Herder, who have
Nerf
become
Herder.
We love Nerf Herder.
So they've become
Welcome to my world.
So Steve and I have become really good friends over the years.
Chimpanzee riding on a Segway.
Oh my god! Oh my god! It's just anyway. I want you to know that. It really mattered to me. I'm one person in an audience that is enormous, but like at a time in my life when I needed what you put out, it was there for me.
Thanks,
it was there when I needed
buddy.
it. And
That's so sweet.
It's just great. So thank you for that.
That's what this podcast is about.
That's so cool.
Thank you so much.
Connection.
Now I want to blow your mind now.
Okay.
Oh.
Thank you very much. That's so sweet. You said you were a big fan of In Search of.
Yeah. Yes.
Fat Mike.
Look at that.
Something's happening between JJ and
Oh, where's the sound?
This is
There's
him
a
doing
message
ESP.
taking place. Very
They're
interesting.
testing ESP.
Yeah, that's Fat Mike.
That's you.
Yeah, it is.
Wow.
How'd you get in that room?
How did you get that?
How did I get that gig?
That's so cool.
Look at that cutie pie over there.
On the History
Look at
Channel,
Dude,
too?
your I Met Leonard Nimoy story is way better than
I know, it's way better.
Your story's so much better.
That's why I asked you. And then
Holy
he
shit.
went into something else, and I'm like, no, yeah, I went to his house when I was 11.
Dude.
And you were tested for ESP?
Talk about
Yeah,
nerd.
yeah.
Huh?
Talk about nerds, right?
How'd you do in the ESP test?
I failed.
But I mean, that's only because ESP isn't
It's
real.
pussy for the rest of us.
I'm sure.
That's some
Listen,
nerd shit right there.
I'm sure that if ESP were real, you would have passed.
Well, it freaked out because J.J. Gilberg, he got 6 out of 6.
Yeah.
Which is 500,000 to 1.
Yeah.
And he did it.
Yeah.
And I got 1 right.
Yeah.
But still, I was at Nimoy's house.
Wow.
How is his house?
Dude, that is.
I don't remember.
insanely
Oh,
cool.
I was gonna say.
But look at that cutie pie.
Oh my God!
Oh, it's stuck.
We've had the same
Guy.
haircut.
You know I can't do it.
Look at I'm wearing a suit and a collar.
Did he show you the injury?
Cute.
Bowl cut.
I mean,
No, yeah, it's just not working. We'll show it.
that is.
Little
You're,
squiggly
You
that
didn't
is,
even ask about
I love
Shatner.
that.
That was the
and,
70s.
like,
Well, that was the 70s,
what
Will.
about
You wore
Shatner?
collars
William
like that.
Shatner and Takei. You know, George Takei was like,
George is the greatest person you'll ever meet in your entire life.
I bet.
You will never meet a kinder, more thoughtful, more gentle
William Shatner, you're talking about?
No,
George
George
Takei.
Takei.
George
Shatner seems
is,
like a dick.
I am.
Honestly.
George is. I've been really lucky to call George a friend.
Awesome.
When we started Next Generation,
Oh, my.
the majority of fandom and a disappointingly large number of original series people were real down on us and were real not supportive of us. But from day one, DeForest Kelley, George Takei, and Walter Koenig were 100% on our side and were like super into us and really supportive of us. When I started going to conventions when I was 15, George and Walter especially were like, "Hey kid, let me tell you how this works.
Yeah, let me show you the ropes,
let me help you out so you don't get taken advantage of. Let me help you out so that you protect yourself, so that you know what your value is." And
so
all
cool.
Of that stuff.
Spoken like a
Super,
true
super,
predator.
Hell yeah.
super awesome, super cool. Like just the greatest dude ever.
Okay, who's
And-
Walter? Is
and
that Chekhov?
Walter was Chekhov.
Okay,
Yeah. And then just Nichelle was always amazing.
Yeah.
Jimmy was always amazing. I just wasn't around them that much.
Okay.
But like I know George. George is my friend in real life.
Great.
And he's amazing, and he's one of those people I want to be more like. I like, have those moments where I'm like, what would George do in this situation? And then I try to do that. Leonard was extremely kind the few times he was around. I met him a handful of times and didn't know him very well.
Yeah, you weren't at his house, huh?
I wasn't at his house, and I certainly wasn't on In Search of, which is really cool.
Definitely don't have the clip.
In my
It's a
so
nerd
listen,
alert.
in my book, which I guess I should say the title of, it's called Still Just a Geek. In the book, there is a story about the first time I met Shatner.
Okay.
And how mean he was to me.
I told you, Shatner seems like a fucking prick.
He was so mean. The short version of the story is I spent weeks building up my courage to go across the street at the studio to go to where they were filming Star Trek V because like they were all there. And I was a Star Trek fan before I worked on Star Trek. Like I was a Star Trek fan before I was a Star Wars fan. Like that was like I have been like I've been like up to my eyeballs in it my whole life. So I finally got my courage up to go meet them. And this was second or third season, so I was wearing like the gray uniform with kind of the sweatery thing up here. And I had my costumer like fix it all up and lint roll it and make me look like camera ready and everything. And I was like, all right, buddy, here we go. And I went across the street and like, there they are. And there's Shatner with his book, with his script and everything. And I went over, and a dude who worked on our set was over there, and he was like, go meet Mr. Shatner. And I was like, no, I'm leaving now. I've totally lost my nerve. And he was like, go. So I walk over, and Shatner sort of looks at me like, who the fuck are you? And
who the fuck are you?
Yeah, right.
I'm the
like
new Shatner.
Yeah, like the weird overly dramatic pauses and odd pronunciations of words were like inherent in every movement of his body, though he had not yet spoken a word. So I said, hi, my name's Will Wheaton. I work on Next Generation. And he says, what do you do over there? And I said, oh, well, I play Wesley Crusher. I am the pilot of the Enterprise, which I thought was cool. And Shatner looks at me and he goes, is that your spacesuit? And I was like, wow, yeah. It's not as cool as your spacesuit. Is a thing I guess I'm going to say so that you'll stop being mean to me.
Yeah.
But I have to wear it, so yeah. And then he says, what do you do? I fly the ship. Oh, well, I'd never allow a kid to come onto my bridge. And he walked away.
Like he's a real fucking man.
Like he's a real, like he really
like it was
pilots
real
ships.
I was so upset when he took him to space. I was like, this fucking dudude's ego.
He's a
So
megalomaniac.
I want the real audio
Megalo.
of that fucking rocket ship. I want to hear Shatner scream like a bitch with the weird pauses and stuff like that. And for the record, for the record, if it was Shatner's uniform or your uniform, I'm wearing your sweater every time, but. His sweater was way more stylish.
So after that happened, I walked back over to my set.
Tripping.
And my costumer was like, I didn't say a thing. And my costumer was like, what's wrong? Because apparently it was very apparent. I told her. In a matter of minutes, word went through our entire set that Shatner had been mean to me. Mm-hmm. And I like go walking around the set. I got to go to makeup, and I've got to go back in.
Were you crying? Was it upsetting?
There was. I absolutely went into my trailer and I cried because my feelings were so hurt.
Yeah,
so
I know that one.
So I go out and they like touch me up and everything. And the makeup artist is like the makeup artist says out of nowhere, "Don't worry about Shatner. He's a prick. He's been a prick to everybody his whole life." And I was like, what? I don't know what are you talking about, you know? Yeah. By the time I get into the set, everybody knows, and everyone in my cast is like telling me all the different ways they've got my back and like you're cool and we love you and all that. And like that felt really good. We get the scene. I go back to my trailer. Gene Roddenberry, creator of Star Trek, called me. Gene called me from his office. And when I picked up the phone, his secretary's like, Gene Roddenberry wants to talk to you. And I was like, oh, fuck. Shatner told Roddenberry that I went to his set and I'm in all kinds of trouble now. Oh. And Gene gets on the phone and Gene goes, I understand you had some words with Bill Shatner. And I go, and before I can say anything, I'm like, yeah, he made fun of my spacesuit or something. I can't remember exactly what I said. And Gene Roddenberry goes, Will, Bill Shatner is an ass. Mm-hmm. I am so proud of you, and you are always welcome on my starship.
Wow. How sweet is that?
He has a real starship?
That is.
He has a real starship.
Wow.
I'm
So the
glad I
next
asked that question.
the next morning I come to work.
Great answer.
The next morning I come to work. And there is a note in my trailer from the office of William Shatner. And it says something very kind and complimentary. Talent and youth are rarely combined, and you present both, or something.
Were there
like
pauses
that.
in the writing?
They were definitely.
Couple dots.
And then he says like, and then he says something about how like it would be an honor to have you on my bridge. I look forward to spending some personal time with you. And then he signed it himself.
Oh, all right.
It is my understanding that Roddenberry called Shatner and was like, "What the fuck, man?"
Mm-hmm.
And to his credit, Shatner went, "All right, let me make this right."
Oh,
Bill and I have encountered each other a lot over the years. And here's the reality of Bill Shatner. Sometimes he's great. Sometimes he is the funniest dude. That guy has got a wicked sense of humor, just an insanely smart, fast improviser's sense of humor. It's amazing and fun to watch. And sometimes he is a cranky old man who yells at clouds. And sometimes he's just fucking mean. And you just never know who's going to show up. So, like, I've been through all of this with him, like, for years and years and years and years. And
Look at that expression you have.
Yeah. So
You're like,
all right.
who the fuck is this
all right,
clown?
so, listen, I know we're trying to wrap this up, but I want to tell you a story
First of all,
about that
Bill
picture.
Shatner is a poor man's fucking Christopher Walken. First of all,
there it is.
you know, just like
Okay.
fucking Christian Slater is a poor
See,
man's Eastwood.
look at your face.
So-
like, I don't know what I'm doing sitting next to this guy.
Right.
The story of this scene is that the Big Bang Theory's Will Wheaton, who is not me, it's a version, it's a multiverse, version of me, right? That version of the Big Bang Theory's Will Wheaton is way cooler than Will Wheaton Prime. The Big Bang Theory's universe version of Will Wheaton plays a secret Dungeons and Dragons game with William Shatner, Joe Manganiello, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Kevin Smith.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
So we go to shoot this scene, and there's Shatner and Kareem and Kevin Smith and Joe, and like we're all there. Joe and I already played D&D together, so this is familiar to us. But like these other guys, we don't know. But the thing is, everybody around that table that morning was really impressed by somebody else at that table.
Right.
So everybody at that table was really like doing the very best they could to like fucking show up and like not, you don't want to be, I'm not going to be an idiot in front of Kareem. Are you kidding me?
You can't.
It turns out when this was all done, I sort of surveyed the people I felt comfortable surveying, and it was Kareem who we were all the most in awe of.
Oh, yeah, I think
so. So Shatner famously there is an audio of him doing ADR for the original series. And the line is something about it's sabotage, Bones, or something like that. And Shatner goes, sabotage. Sabotage, Bones, it's sabotage. And then you hear it's looping. It's like doing audio recording.
I've heard this.
Yeah. So when we're like, you can find it on the internet. When we're in a scene and there's noise, we go in afterward and then we re-record the dialogue. Dialogue replacement. Yeah, dubbing. So he's in a dubbing session and he's like, it's sabotage. And you hear the guy from the other side of the glass go, Bill, it's actually sabotage. And Shatner goes, yes, but I say sabotage.
Spike does that impression.
It's
Spike
does,
give me.
He
does this sabotage, and he
sabotage.
He
right?
sabotage.
Okay.
It's sabotage, Mike.
Okay. All right. So there's another outtake on the same record.
Yeah.
Where Shatner has finished a line, and the director from the other side of the glass, you can hear him on talkback say, "Now that was great, but if you, I love that. Let's try a version where you come in and your attitude is like, hail fellow, well met," and Shatner goes, "Please don't do that. It sickens me." And the guy on the other side of the glass goes, "Oh, sorry." So, knowing that, we're on the set, and we're playing this scripted game of D&D, and Shatner has a line where he says to Kareem, "Don't make me go all Wrath of Khan on your ass." But Shatner is saying Wrath of Khan. I hear it, and I'm sitting right there. I am very good friends with the writing staff of The Big Bang Theory. The showrunner and executive producers are good friends and mentors to me. They know my history with him. They know the sabotage story. So I look up, and like in this picture, you can see like behind Galecki is where they're all standing. I look up, I lock eyes with Bill Prady, and we both know, oh my God, he's doing sabotage. And I'm like, one of you guys is going to have to go talk to him. I can't wait to see how this goes down. So here comes, and one of the ADs comes over and says, could we just take this again? We're just going to rehearse it one more time. And he said, I think I heard you. Would you just really enunciate Wrath of Khan? We do the scene, Wrath of Khan. Now the director comes over. And he says Wrath of Khan like 5 times. He keeps saying wrath, and he's like really making it clear that it's wrath. And Shatner's like, okay, action, Wrath of Khan. Finally, Bill Prady comes over, the executive producer and co-creator of the show. And I'm like, this is going to go sabotage. Like, that is 100%.
You should have said that. Bill, stop trying to sabotage the scene.
That is, God, I wish I had thought that. That's really funny. That's really, really, really funny. And from now on, I'm stealing that from you. And I'm going to be like, when I'm telling this story at conventions, I'm going to be like, so I was talking to Fat Mike about this. And he was like, yeah, he was trying to sabotage the scene. I can't believe, and I'm stealing it for my own now. So, I mean, I'm going to give you credit, but I'm 100% stealing it. So Bill Prady comes over and starts talking to him about mid-Atlantic accents. And how in the mid-Atlantic accent it sounds like this way, and he thought that it was something about Shatner being from like the Midwest or something, where it sounds more like wrath than Roth or whatever. I don't know what weird fucking Jedi mind trick Bill Prady pulled on William Shatner from the Star Trek universe, but the next take, Shatner said Wrath of Khan. And you could feel, for those of us who knew, there's like most of the people on the set had no idea what was going on. For like the 5 or 6 of us who knew the sabotage story, we all knew like this is going to go super fucking sideways. And I'm watching the writers behind off stage, all of them trying to like figure out who's going to be the one to do it. And ultimately, Bill's like, fine, I will go and do it.
Oh, it's his show.
Yeah.
So he goes up and talks to him. And on that day, Shatner was delightful. He was funny. He was really happy to be there.
You got to break his ass down.
I have a guitar signed by William Shatner if you want to smash it.
I wouldn't dream it.
Will you smash it right now on this concrete? I smash
He's not going to do it.
Well, but the dude from Pennywise, we smash it.
With Fletcher?
Yeah.
All right.
The most rock star shit I ever did, so you need to break that guitar right now.
But you know, I play it a lot because it's my acoustic guitar.
Yeah,
and
I'm not smashing your acoustic guitar.
No, but I rubbed off like half his name.
Oh, did you? So
smash that guitar.
Okay.
I don't understand where the cutoff is here. Somebody says smash some shit up, and it was like, oh, I would never do that. Like, fuck that. This is an opportunity.
I'm rubbing his name off little by little.
Yeah,
every
I mean
day.
that's way more punk than just destroying.
Yeah,
slowly eating it all away so he knows. We have a guitar in our house that was signed by Louise Brooks. My wife's grandfather lived. She was a silent film actress. Like she was, you know her for sure. You've seen her. She's a silent film star. She's got kind of like an early Betty Page haircut with like a bob. You definitely know Louise Brooks. You 100% know her.
Say you know her. Say you know her.
Anyway, it turns out that we have Louise Brooks. It turns out we have Louise Brooks' autograph on a guitar.
I'll rub that off if you want me to.
That belonged to her grandfather. You will absolutely not.
Names.
I'm going to get this guitar though and I have to show the camera how much it rubs off.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
You're good at rubbing off.
I've been doing. Now I know why I've been doing it because he was a dick to you.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
He has to pay a little bit every day.
Just to close it all off, as I said, he's a complicated guy. Sometimes he's great. Sometimes he's not. As far as I am concerned, as far as I can tell, like we're fine. You know, like it's like it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I'll see what I can do about that.
Has he been roasted yet?
I'll see what I can.
He has.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Were you on that?
No.
God damn.
Did you go to it? Did you get invited?
You know, so he was roasted.
We're going to the roast tonight.
What are you doing tonight?
We're going to the comedy store tonight.
What are you doing tonight?
I'm going home and going to bed early.
Pussy.
Totally.
His girlfriend is a 5-time champion of the roasters.
Wow. The roasters at the comedy store.
Wow, way to go.
So we're going to see her defend her championship tonight.
Wow, that's incredible.
Okay.
That's incredible. When they were doing roasts and like I was I had like what it takes to get asked in to be in a roast. That was like it was an era when the comedy of the moment was Tom Green comedy, and I was really not into that.
Fucking the bum and the moose and shit.
So I was just like, no, thank you. Call me back when you're doing like George Carlin or Lenny Bruce. Or
roasts are tough. Roasts are hard.
Like, bring me back in when you're doing that.
No, Jeff Ross shit is
tough. Or if we're doing roasts, like, yeah.
Morgan's a beast with it. When you watch it, it's like I came up in like the hip hop world or whatever. So I saw like battle rapping and stuff. It's like that with like no rhythm, but they do the same thing. They have to prepare. They're like, they're even cool enough that they send each other lists of like how they grew up and the abuse that they had, and like they want you to go all in, so it makes the other person go. It's fucking.
So you're doing it?
No.
Oh, it's a friend of yours.
I just sit there watching.
His girlfriend.
Your girlfriend?
Yeah, she's a roaster. She's a comedian.
That's amazing. She just won the NorCal versus SoCal championship. Jeff Ross was one of the judges and shit.
Jeff Ross. Is it Ross? Jeff Ross.
Yeah.
Ross.
It's the Ross of Tom.
It's the Jeff Rath.
His name is Jeff Rath.
Jeff Rath. It's Jeff Rath. Jeff Rath who's sabotaging.
What are you doing at? You want to go to the fucking roast?
Sabotage.
We're going.
You
got to go home too. You guys are all fucking domesticated.
That's true.
I'm going to get my guitar.
Oh, are you going to smash it?
Thanks for being here.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yes, that is in fact how we end episode.
Are we done?
Oh.
All right. I guess that's it.
He just walks away.
He's like, I'm out.
And now here's a playlist by Fat Mike. Something old, something new, something random, something Jew, and something you probably haven't heard before.
She's just a friend. Why can't I do anything without being yelled at? Always on the phone, never leave me alone. Why don't you just tell me what you want from me? Said I'll never leave you, no, I'll never leave you. It's not the end, no, it's not the end. I won't beat you up, and I won't push you around. Cause if I do that, the cops will get me for doing it. I wanna go and have some fun, go where the action is. Who the hell are you to tell me who my friends are? Say I'll never leave you, no I'll never leave you. It's not the end, no it's not the end.
That was Jealous Again by Black Flag. Next up, Frank Turner's Fatherless.
Well, here's a tale I've not yet told. I was evicted when I was 8 years old. I was shipped off to a dormitory full of kids who made no sense to me, and I cried myself to sleep each night for 3 straight weeks till I was dead inside. But I'm not asking for your pity. It's just a fairy tales about fathers make me angry. I was never taught how to deal with this, but I soldier onwards nonetheless. I'm fatherless, and it makes me feel like I'm an alien. Oh Lord, what I wouldn't give for a caregiver who had care to give. I'm alone and I don't know how or if to be a man. Look at me now. Vacancy, job vacancy. I need somebody to be the making of me. Someone to take me fishing. You can't blame a grown-up kid for wishing. Someone to teach me how to shave, to tut over the mistakes I've made, to offer some fatherly advice. Some kind of acknowledgement would be nice. I was never taught how to deal with this, but I soldier onwards nonetheless. I'm fatherless, and it makes me feel like I'm an alien. Oh Lord, what I wouldn't give for a caregiver who had care to give. I'm alone and I don't know how
Market Square. So many mothers sighing. News had just come over. We had 5 years left crying. News guy wept and told us Earth was really dying. Cried so much his face was wet. Then I knew he was not lying. I heard telephones, opera house, favorite melodies. I saw boys, toys, electric irons and TVs. My brain hurt like a warehouse, it had no room to spare. I had to cram so many things to store everything in there. And all the fat, skinny people, and all the tall, short people, and all the nobody people, and all the somebody people. I never thought I'd need so many people. Girl my age went off ahead, hit some tiny children. If the black hadn't have pulled her off, I think she would have killed them. A soldier with a broken arm fixed his stare to the wheels of a Cadillac. The cop knelt and kissed the feet of a priest, and the queer threw up the sight of that. I think I saw you in an ice cream parlor, drinking milkshakes cold and long, smiling and waving and looking so fine. Don't think you knew you were in the song. And it was cold and it rained, so I felt like an actor, and I thought of more, and I wanted to get back there. Your face, your race, the way that you talk, I kiss you, you're beautiful, I want you to walk. We got 5 years stuck on my 5 years. What a surprise, we got 5 years. My brain hurts a lot. 5 years, that's all we got. We got 5 years. What a surprise. 5 years stuck on mine. We've got 5 years. My brain hurts a lot. 5 years, that's all we've got. We got 5 years stuck on mine. 5 years. What a surprise. We've got 5 years. My brain hurts a lot. 5 years. That's all we got. We got 5 years. What a surprise. We got 5 years. Stuck on mine. We got 5 years. My brain hurts a lot. 5 years. That's all we got. 5 years. 5 years.
That was David Bowie, 5 years. Next up, Chabad Religion, Shabbat Shalom.
דודי, לקראת קלה, לקראת קלה, בני שבת, נקבלה, נקבלה. לך דודי, לקראת קלה, לקראת קלה, בני שבת, נקבלה, נקבלה. שבת שלום, שבת שלום, שבת
likes to paint my skin. My blood always replenishes. My blood runs red. It helps me clear my head and know my heart is still pumping my blood. My cuts run deep. They give everyone the creeps. My cuts, there's always room for more. These cuts, these scars represent my memoirs, and more importantly, the times I have repressed. And while everybody sleeps, my body slowly seeps. My body slowly seeps. Blood's not thicker than water, it's thinner than thieves and chosen families of punks. My blood turns cold as I watch my life unfold. My blood turns cold and it clots. And while everybody sleeps, my body slowly seeps. My body slowly seeps. And while everybody sleeps, my body slowly seeps. My body slowly seeps. My body slowly seeps. My body slowly seeps. My body slowly seeps.
That was Seeping Beauty from Home Street Home, the musical by Fat Mike. If you'd like to see the entire video of each episode and listen commercial free, go to fatmikedude.com and subscribe.